How to write a business plan with ChatGPT. Now, most people who need to write a business plan put it off for months, and the reason isn't that they don't understand their business, it's the blank page. Now, a business plan feels like a formal, intimidating document that requires a specific kind of business school vocabulary. A set of financial projections you're not sure how to build, and a structured argument that you're not sure how to make. So it sits on the to do list week after week while the loan application is going to wait, the investor meeting is going to get delayed, or the clarity you were hoping to gain from the process never materializes. Now, ChatGPT is going to change this in a very specific way. It doesn't write your business plan for you, not in the way that actually produces something useful. What it does is it removes the blank page entirely. It gives you a structure, generates a first draft of each section based on the context you provide, helps you think through your financial assumptions, and turns the process of writing a business plan from a daunting solo project into something closer to a guided conversation. Now, the result, when you use it correctly, is a document that you have genuinely thought through, not a generic AI output that sounds like every other business plan, but a specific, accurate representation of your business that you can submit to a bank, present to an investor, or use internally to make better decisions. Now, before we start writing, it is worth being clear about what a business plan actually is for, because the purpose determines what it needs to contain and how it should be written. A business plan is going to serve one of three primary purposes, and knowing which one applies to you changes how you approach it. Now, the first one is external financing. You're submitting the plan to a bank for a small business loan, to the SBA for a guaranteed loan, or to an alternative lender. Banks and lenders want to see that the business can generate enough revenue to service the debt, that the owner understands their market and competition, and that the financial projections are grounded in realistic assumptions. Now, the emphasis is on financial credibility and risk mitigation. Now, the second purpose is investor fundraising. You're presenting to angel investors, venture capital firms, or private equity. Investors want to see market size, competitive advantage, growth potential, and the quality of the founding team. Now, the emphasis is on opportunity and scalability rather than just stability. The third purpose is going to be internal clarity. You're not raising money or seeking a loan, but you need a clear, structured plan to guide your own decision making, align your team, or prepare for a significant business change. Now, this version of a business plan is less formal and more focused on actionable strategy. The approach I am covering in this video is going to be primarily aimed at the first purpose, a business plan for bank financing or SBA lending. Now, one important note that using ChatGPT for financial projections, the AI is excellent at helping you build a structure of your financial model and think through your assumptions, but it is not a substitute for an accountant reviewing your numbers. So, for any business plan, going to a bank or lender, have a CPA or financial advisor review the financial section before the actual submission. The executive summary is the first section of a business plan and most important one, because it is the only section some readers will read in full before deciding whether to continue or not. Now, for a bank loan application, the executive summary needs to answer four questions immediately. What does the business do? Who does it serve? And why will it succeed? Now, here's the prompt sector that produces a strong executive summary. So, what you're going to do is you're going to write, I am writing a business plan for, let's say, a bank loan application. My business is called, let's say, the ARC Store. It is an e-commerce business that, let's say, sells hand knitted, um, you know, modern, funky clothes. Okay. Now I'm gonna write, we serve. Let's say you're gonna describe your target customers, young adults to adult audiences. Okay. The business was founded in, let's say, 2009, and it is located in Kansas. Okay. Once you do that, you can go ahead and write, we currently have, let's say, 400 customers. And you could go with the, and generate, let's say, 1,000 USD revenue monthly. Okay, you can go ahead and write that in. And once you have written that in, what you can do from there on out is go ahead with our main competitive advantage. Let's go with is, we make our clothes hand knitted. Now, this is something that is going to make you unique from the competitors, right? And you're finally going to write a professional executive summary for this business plan in 3 to 4 paras. It should be factual, specific, and confident. Okay, let's say not generic. Once we write that in, you can write, do not use phrases like innovative or cutting edge or revolutionary. Okay. So once this is done, what you're going to do is you're going to send it in. Now, that last instruction matters because ChatGPT defaults to marketing languages when writing about businesses and executive summaries filled with buzzwords, which undermine credibility with lenders. Now, the instruction to avoid generic superlative pushes the output towards specific, factual language that reads as more trustworthy. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to review the output, verify every fact, and add any specific details the AI couldn't know. Now, a key client relationship, a specific local advantage, a relevant credential or certification. The executive summary should be written last after all other sections are complete. But in terms of the order you present in the document, it goes first. So you can see you now have a proper executive summary readied up and gone in. Now, the company description goes even deeper, where you can write in prompts like write a company description based on my business plan. Okay, you can write that in, and you can see that here is your whole company description as well, which is pretty cool. For new business seeking startup financing, this section is where you make the case that actually is your operational model and sound. And the market analysis section is also pretty cool because a strong market is, going to analyze 4 elements, which is going to be the size of your target market, the trends driving growth or change in your industry, and your target profile in detail, and your competitive landscape. Now, for market size, you can use ChatGPT to help you frame the data rather than generate something like data itself. So you can search for, your industry's market size. So let's say e-commerce industry market size 2026. You can go ahead and search that up and you can see the general market size. And according to that market size, you can search for target customer profiles and even competitor analysis. So you can see how cool this is. So it gives you everything that you need in one section. Now, prompts, products, and services are also pretty cool because this section describes in detail what you sell and how it's delivered. So the prompt for this section could be write a product and services section for my business plan. And this is all you need. This is all you're going to send because generally your template is already made up there. So once we send it in, as you can see, products and services, it goes on and on. So now we have a product section as well. Now this is what ChatGPT is cool about. So just like this, we have proper services through GPT for our small business, and we can go ahead and appropriately create a whole business plan with GPT as we go on. So that is pretty much about it for this video. Thank you for watching till the end, and I'll see all of you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.